where shadows linger just beyond the edges of the everyday. One podcast dares to open the cabinet of the unknown. The Shadow Frequency invites you into a realm of cryptids, conspiracies, hauntings, and mysteries that refuse to stay buried. Each episode, host Matt Wilson and producer Juniper Ravenwood sift through the eerie files of the unexplained, uncovering chilling encounters, listener stories, and whispers from the dark. Step closer, if you dare, and tune in to the Shadow Frequency.
Now, where did I put that thing? Oh, this one's glowing again. That's not great.
Juniper, what just exploded?
So there's this jar in the back of the cabinet, right? It's full of spinning silver dust. I opened it for 1 second and now it's hovering.
Hovering?
Yeah, like it's trying to decide if gravity still applies. Also, it's humming Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star backward.
You think maybe close the jar?
Already did, and I'm going to pretend that didn't just happen. Well, here we go. It's dusty. Episode 214, The Alchemist Fire Unleashed.
Perfect. Tonight, we're diving deep into the strange and ancient art of alchemy, where science, mysticism, and madness all melt together in pursuit of the impossible.
Philosopher stones, transmutation circles, forbidden experiments, and flames that were said to burn with the light of creation itself.
So grab your crucibles and hold on to your souls, because tonight we're stirring up something volatile.
You're listening to The Shadow Frequency.
Episode 214, The Alchemist Fire Unleashed.
You're tuned to the Shadow Frequency, where the veil between the living and the unknown grows thin. Strange whispers, hidden truths, and things best left in the dark await. Hosted by Matt Wilson, produced by Juniper Ravenwood, featuring Chris Beach. Let's step in to the shadows.
In the dead of night, when the world grows still, there's a flicker in the shadows, a spark that refuses to die. Welcome to the Shadow Frequency, where we chase the whispers of the unknown. Tonight, episode 214 pulls back the veil on a forbidden art, alchemy. Not just the quest to turn lead into gold, but something far darker, a pursuit to reshape the soul itself. Picture dimly lit chambers, cauldrons bubbling with molten secrets, and cryptic symbols etched in blood and soot. Was this ancient practice a science or a pact with forces beyond our world? Matt, are you ready to stoke the flames of this mystery?
Oh, Juniper, you've got the furnace roaring already. I'm ready to dive into the smoke and see what forbidden truths we can uncover.
Then let's open the crucible, Matt. Take us into the heart of the alchemist fire.
Thanks, Juniper, for digging into the dusty file cabinet of the strange and arcane to pull out tonight's case. Let's crack open the file on the Alchemist Fire, Secrets of Transmutation and the Eternal Quest. Picture a world cloaked in mystery, where the line between science and sorcery blurs. It's the year 300 BCE. And in the deserts of Egypt, a figure known as Hermes Trismegistus pens the Emerald Tablet, a cryptic text said to hold the secrets of the cosmos. Its words, etched in green stone, promise the power to transmute matter, to bend the very fabric of reality. As above, so below, it declares, hinting at a universal truth. Change one thing, and you change everything. Fast forward to the medieval era. In hidden laboratories across Europe, alchemists toil under flickering torchlight. Their hands tremble as they mix mercury and sulfur, chanting incantations in Latin. They're not just chasing gold, they're seeking the Philosopher's Stone, a substance said to grant eternal life and divine wisdom. But the path is perilous. Alchemical texts, like those of Nicholas Flamel, are riddled with riddles and symbols, serpents devouring their own tails, winged dragons, and seven-pointed stars. These aren't just pretty pictures, they're a code, masking experiments too dangerous for the uninitiated. Some say these experiments went beyond chemistry. In 15th century Prague, alchemists whispered of rituals that summoned spirits to guide their work. One account tells of a shadowy figure appearing in the flames of a furnace, offering forbidden knowledge in exchange for something unspeakable. The alchemist who accepted this bargain was never seen again. But this laboratory was found in ruins, the walls scorched with symbols that glowed faintly in the dark. And then there's the magnum opus, the great work, a 4-stage process to create the Philosopher's Stone. Nigredo, the blackening, where matter is broken down in decay. Albedo, the whitening, a purification of the soul. Citrinitas, the yellowing, where enlightenment dawns. And Rubedo, the reddening, the final transformation into something divine. But what if this wasn't about metals at all? What if the magnum opus was a map to transcend the human condition, to become something other? The deeper you go, the stranger it gets. Alchemical texts hint at secret societies, orders like the Rosicrucians, who guarded the knowledge of transmutation. Some believe they still exist, operating in the shadows, their rituals unchanged for centuries. And the artifacts? A vial of red powder, said to be the Philosopher's Stone itself, was rumored to have surfaced in 17th century London, only to vanish after its owner was found dead, his body inexplicably charred. As the flames of alchemy burned, so did the questions. Were these seekers of truth touching the divine or tampering with forces they couldn't control? The air grows thick with the scent of sulfur. Let's hold that thought for a moment. Juniper, doesn't it feel like we're standing at the edge of a furnace, peering into something that could consume us?
It's unsettling, Matt. Those symbols, those rituals, it's like they're still burning somewhere out there.
Yeah.
What's next?
Let's take a quick break, then dive even deeper. Juniper, over to you.
Wow, listeners, we're halfway through episode 214, and I'm already feeling the heat of this alchemo mystery. Are you wondering what those cryptic symbols really meant? Or what price the alchemists paid for their secrets? Stick with us as Matt uncovers more in the second half, but first let's hear from Chris Beach with a quick word.
You got it, Juniper. If you're loving the Shadow Frequency, please like and subscribe and follow us on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and all major podcast directories. Visit our website at shadowfrequencypodcast.com to catch all our episodes. Leave a voicemail telling us where you're listening from. We might feature it in our next episode. Check out our Shadow blog for companion articles to our episodes, grab some cool swag from our store, or support us by buying us a coffee. Now let's get back over to Juniper for a dive into the mailbag, where we share your thoughts and stories. Back to you, Juniper.
All right, thanks, Chris. Time to fire up the spectral cosmic message materializer. Let's flip the switches. And look, a ghostly transmission is flickering through the ether.
Message retrieved from the void.
All right, let's crack it open and see what secrets our listener has sent us. Here's a message from Lydia in Bend, Oregon. Hey, Matt and Juniper, just wanted to drop a quick note to say how much I love the Shadow Frequency. I usually listen from my porch here in Bend, Oregon, where the night skies are clear enough to make me wonder what's really up there. I tune in through Spotify while I'm winding down after work. It's the perfect mix of eerie, fascinating, and fun. The UFO episodes are hands down my favorite. Every time you two dive into those strange encounters and government cover-ups, I end up going down a rabbit hole for hours afterward. Keep those coming. You've definitely got one more loyal listener out here under the stars. Keep watching the skies. Lydia from Oregon. And she even gave us a little alien emoji. How cute. Lydia, that's awesome. I can just picture you on that porch, staring up at the stars, maybe spotting a UFO or two. We'll definitely keep those extraterrestrial tales coming. Want to share your own eerie encounter? Send its Shadow Podcast to protonmail.com. All right, Matt, let's stoke the flames again. Back to you for the second half.
Welcome back to the Shadow Frequency. Let's throw another log on the alchemist's fire and dive deeper into this ancient mystery. We left off with the magnum opus and whispers of secret societies. But the story of alchemy doesn't end in the Middle Ages. It stretches into the present, where its shadows flicker in unexpected places. Let's start with the strange connections to modern science. Quantum physics, with its talk of particles shifting states and entanglement, echoes of the alchemical idea of transformation. Some researchers even suggest the emerald tablets, as above, so below, prefigures the interconnectedness of the universe we're only now beginning to understand. Could alchemists have glimpsed truths centuries ahead of their time? But it's not all lofty theory. The darker side of alchemy persists. In the 19th century, a French alchemist named Eugene Consolet claimed to have witnessed the transmutation of lead into gold, guided by a mysterious mentor known only as Fulcanelli. His book, The Mystery of the Cathedrals, argues that Gothic architecture itself is an alchemical code, with cathedrals like Notre Dame hiding secrets of the Philosopher's Stone in their stained glass and stonework. Fulcanelli vanished without a trace in the 1920s, leaving behind rumors that he'd achieved immortality or been silenced by those who wanted his secrets buried. And then there's the paranormal. Alchemical texts often describe entities guiding the process, beings of light or shadow that appeared during rituals. In 16th century England, John Dee, alchemist and advisor to Queen Elizabeth I, claimed to commune with angels through a scrying mirror. His journals detail conversations with beings who dictated complex symbols and promised the secrets of creation. Were these visions divine, or something else entirely? Now let's pause for a moment of skepticism, of course. Could alchemy's grand promises be a product of overactive imaginations? Some historians argue it was an early, flawed attempt at chemistry, driven by superstition and wishful thinking. The Philosopher's Stone might simply have been a metaphor for personal growth, not a literal substance. Yet even this rational view leaves questions. Why do alchemical symbols appear in modern secret societies like the Freemasons? And why do reports of strange glowing substances persist in classified government files? Let's return to the eerie. In 1980, a researcher in New Mexico claimed to uncover a hidden alchemical text buried in a desert cave. The manuscript, written in an unknown script, described a ritual to merge the mortal with the eternal. The researcher disappeared shortly after, and the cave was sealed by unknown authorities. Locals still report strange lights flickering in the desert at night, as if the alchemist's fire still burns. As we close this chapter, we're left with an unsettling truth. Alchemy's secrets may not be lost. They may be hidden, waiting for someone bold or foolish enough to reignite the furnace. Juniper, it's like the alchemist left us a puzzle with pieces that don't quite fit. What lingers in the smoke for you?
Honestly, Matt, that desert cave story gives me chills, but I'm wondering if it's all just metaphors gone wild. What do you think?
Maybe it's both. Truth wrapped in mystery. Juniper, wrap us up.
What a journey through the alchemist's fire, listeners. From ancient texts to modern mysteries, episode 214 has left us with more questions than answers. And isn't that why we love the shadow frequency? Thanks for joining us as we peered into the crucible of the unknown. You want to share your thoughts or your own eerie tale? Drop us a line at shadowpodcast@protonmail.com. You can find us, of course, on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Rumble for a lot more strange cases, and you can check out our website, shadowfrequencypodcast.com, for all things shadow frequency. Join us next time for another dive into the paranormal. Matt, you want to say goodnight?
Good night, listeners. Keep the furnace burning low.
Until next time, stay curious and watch the shadows.
This episode was produced with a commitment to exploring the unexplained while grounding our discussion in documented discoveries. All interpretations are speculative and intended for entertainment purposes.